Introducing tattoo artist Common Children. Common Children have been touring continuously throughout the South and Midwest and performing their version of modern alternative rock for over 3 years. Skywire. Common Children's debut release on Tattoo is a culmination of those years, developing their songcrafting, live shows, and ministry vision. Skywire contains songs that address the joys and struggles of love, the anxiety of both personal and cultural abandonment, and the need for reconciliation and the nature of repentance. Skywire is a declaration of Common Children's willingness to consider the questions of their generation out loud, in a voice deeply personal, even intimate in its yearning. With over 250,000 unit sales under their belt, the choir joins Tattoo Records. Tattoo is honored to announce the release of Free Flying Soul, 13 bravely human, spiritually inspiring songs composed and passionately performed by the choir. The choir, voted by CCM Magazine's readers as #1 favorite alternative band, and listed as Editor's Choice Modern Rock Group by Campus Life magazine. The choir's multi-record deal signing with Tattoo marks a new beginning for the former Myrrh artist. New songs, new record, and a long road trip. March 1996. In support of their upcoming debut releases on Tattoo, the choir and label mate Common Children joined forces for a 35-city tour in March and April of '96. All major Christian music festivals have been secured. Skywire, Free Flying Soul, albums that had to be recorded because Common Children and the choir are artists who ought to be heard.
Decided on Common Children because I think it says what we're about, that we're no different than the next guy. We're not trying to be any sort of star or try to hold up some image, but we just try to be as real as possible.
Black, white, rich, poor, Common Children. We have things in common instead of looking at things that make us, divide us and keep us separate, and push somebody down. We need to try to find maybe more common interests and commonalities about ourselves, and maybe bring us close together.
Because we all really are common in our essence, We all very much deal with the same things. So that's kind of how we pitched around a couple of names, but we felt like Common Children definitely fit with what we wanted to do with the band.
Actually got booked at a 4th of July gig in Hot Springs, and they were under the impression that we were a children's singing group. So
sing-along group.
Yeah, sing-along group, Common Children. So after the first set, they were just all freaking out. So
And we had to do a second set, and they cut us off 10 minutes into the set because we weren't, and the Cub Scouts came on after us.
And of course the volume, you know, went like this down.
Hold them down. Another time we played in the church, we had a guy like come up and grab the mic and started, "Our God is an awesome God." He started immediately singing, you know, making us sing a song. That was when Hampton was, and we were like getting intense then. We were just starting to get intense. And he started saying his exact words afterwards. He goes, "You know, guys, I'm sorry I had to do that, but man, I just had that kind of jamming thing where it was just going, yeah, 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 it went on and on, you know." I just didn't understand, you know.
Children is also more about reaching people that need hope and need to be reached. You know, that's I think that's who he's supposed to, you know, try to, you know, give hope to, man. It's like, you know, a lot of kids in the church already have hope. There's nothing you can tell them that's anything they haven't heard. But there's a lot of people out there that are jaded toward the church that you can kind of, you know, feed some perspective from a different view, not from a view of, you know, somebody from a pulpit, you know, going down your throat with it, but more of somebody that's worked on their musicianship and at the same time they're spiritual people.
Yeah. A lot of kids, man, have just been left out, you know, and misunderstood. And you know, some of our songs definitely deal with, you know, that rejection and that feeling of being misunderstood because maybe you're more artistic or you're creative or whatever. And it just comes across just a bit different. And there seems to be kind of a fear of things that are different or done differently, just because, you know, people aren't used to that, you know.
I always wanted to sing, but I, you know, had a little problem, a dental problem that's getting a little less. So I tried to work through that, but still, the braces really didn't help. It's just a joke.
I think like making the first record was kind of scary because we've been doing the live thing for 3.5 years. We've been in the studio a little bit up to that point, and then all of a sudden we were in there, you know, like 5 weeks straight. And it's like pre-production with Steve, intense at the house, and then album. Very much a learning experience, but it was always exciting because I love the creative vibe, the creative atmosphere. I love getting the different sounds, and you're doing something that you've been wanting to do for, you know, almost all your life, and finally making the record. And I'll cue you, Hampton. Ready? Just as much energy. Like Common Children, once again, is about, you know, no divisions. Try to break down divisions between audience and performer. And it's always cool to me to be able to talk to the people after the show. Really talk to them, you know. That's what's one of the great things about playing in clubs, is that you get up there, you do a good show, people respect you because your music is good. And then they come up and they talk to you and they want to find out certain things. And once you get a following, people really want to dig into your music and find out what it's about. So that's very much always been a cool thing, to be able to relate to the people. Now I'm just crawling on the ground. Still crawling, like I've always been all my life, crawling on the ground. I think, you know, us as a band and as a writer, that if I didn't have a record deal, if I didn't have the pressure to tour or anything else, I would still be doing this just simply because it's something that I can't stop doing, that we can't stop doing because we feel like, you know, it's somewhat of a destinal thing, a destiny thing, something from God that God's put together, and that every time we wanted to throw it down or whatever, or had questions about it, something's always happened to give us, you know, more hope to keep on going. But even regardless of that, you know, I can picture myself 55 years old and still writing songs. Skywire has a dichotomy, you know, the dichotomy of life, which is, you know, love, hate, good, evil, carnal, spiritual, and it's about living life. It's just kind of a poetic, you know, statement, analogy about how we have to die to ourselves to love people, to truly love people. We have to, you know, sometimes be quiet to be able to hear, and there's a lot of things like that that are in the gospel and in our lives that seem like they're two completely different things, but they're necessary if you're going to achieve, you know, any kind of spirituality or success, true success, I think. The way the song was birthed is just kind of like I was sitting in the backyard, and I was just trying to see the sky, and but it was all this junk I had to look through to see, you know, this beauty, this beautiful sky, and it got me to thinking about man and God and how man tries to make a heaven, you know, but it's just nothing compared to the beauty, you know, of just raw creation.
It's a crazy kind of shelter when you hold me. So I crawl like a child. Yes, I fall like I'm drunk in blind.
The thing you'll find about me is what you see is what you get. There's not a lot of layers. I mean, I'm a straight up person. I mean, you think sometimes that, you know, maybe I'm hiding something, but really I'm not.
I think with future goals, the band, of course, hopes to keep on making music, because that's the most important thing to us. And hopefully we'll have more freedom to spend a lot more time on it, because we all have to, you know, maintain our day jobs. But that would be nice. I mean, we'll always be creating and everything, but to have more time to focus on your art and what you do is always just like the greatest thing that can happen. We decided to go with tattoo just because we felt like their vision, their ideas were way better than the rest. And we felt a lot more comfortable with that. And being in that it's a new label, and we're getting to go out with the choir, and we're getting, you know, to be promoted as the first band on it is very cool. And we plan on hoping to make new mistakes.